Hey guys, Tammy here. I am back with one of my February design team projects for AS Craft Supplies. This is number one, and I made a Chinese New Year greeting card for my daughter-in-law's uh, family. Actually, her father's family always sends us a Christmas card, so I'm actually going to send them this Chinese New Year greeting card, and I used an SVG file from SVG Cuts. It's part of their Chinese New Year bundle, and so I cut out the pieces that I needed, and I made a card because I wanted to see how it turned out, and I actually really like how it turned out. And so the paper that I used for the background on this layer here is this particular paper, and I think there's only, yeah, or it's actually kind of this one, but I had two of them in this packet because there was one on the back. So this is the paper I used for the circle part. I cut that out. I used some cardstock, double-sided cardstock that I had. So to make the actual card, I used some gold stickles, and I made my own tassel with the We Are Memory Keepers tassel loom, which I had to watch a video because I didn't understand how to use it, but that's okay. Got that figured out. And then I have a star eyelet for the front of the card, and then I've got my pieces cut out, and I went ahead and glued the little flower and these two pieces here. I went ahead and glued them to the gold paper that I used, the gold cardstock. But I wanted to show you how I put the dragon together. So anyway, and then I put some gems on it, and then on the inside I put a gold doily and wishing you great happiness and prosperity in 2020. I looked it up how to say it in Chinese, but I didn't think I don't know. I don't know if it was right, and I don't want to say the wrong thing. I want this to be, you know, taken correctly, so I just printed it out in English, which they'll understand. So anyway, and then I put the tassel on the front, and my thinking was a greeting card at the same time. You could actually hang this somewhere on the wall if they wanted to. So anyway, so I can just fold that over. I'm going to make an envelope for it. There was an envelope in the SVG folder, but I ended up not using that. I did resize this down to 95% of the original size, so I could get two on a sheet of 12 by 12 cardstock. So this was the double-sided paper, so I got two of those out, and I believe the card originally measured 6 by 6, but it was really tight. So this is 5 3/4 and 5 3/4. So when it prints out on my brother's Scan and Cut, it actually prints out like this. So all you have to do, it didn't actually come with a score line, so I kind of folded it and did the score line. Now there was a folder with extras, but I didn't look in there to see if there was there was a card with the score line. So anyway, so that's the card. I'm just gonna walk you through how I put this together. So here is again, here is the actual card, and then I just folded it in half. And then this, yeah, this is going to go on here. So what I did with this one, and you'll see that's the back of the paper pad. I just went across with my ATG gun across the middle because I didn't want to use that much glue. And I think I can go like that. I used my art glitter glue, and this paper collection can be found at AS Craft Supplies in their Etsy store. I think they have it on the website too, but I'm not sure if my 10% discount code works on the website. I know it works on Etsy, So if you use my discount code, which is Peaches10, and that's all capitals, so PEACHES 10, you will get 10% off. And I'm not sure if that's one item or if that's an order. So, and I know that this is the correct orientation of the paper because this is at the top, and this is how I had it on the cutting machine, so on the cutting pad. Alright, so there's that. Just gonna make sure, and I always like to use my roller because I don't know, it might sound crazy, but I feel like it kind of smooths out the glue, so it doesn't have that, you know, sometimes you can feel a little, especially with the art glitter glue, because it dries so fast, if you don't get it like right in time, you'll feel like little bumps, so using the roller really helps. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put the inside in, because on the other card I did everything and then I went to put the inside in and I was like, I should do that first. So all I do on this one is I just carefully apply ATG around the outside of the lace doily. You could glue it, but I don't know, the art glitter glue dries so fast that I don't want to chance it. Alright, and then I'm just going to go side to side. And believe it or not, the sticky part of the ATG does not come through the doily, and then also we're going to be putting that the circle on, so it's not going to really matter. I'm just going to center that as best as I can inside the card. Just do that. Again, take my roller, make sure that's adhered really well. Okay, and then on the grading part, I am going to use my art glitter glue on that, around the edge, just like that. And then I'm going to center it right over the center part of the doily. Again, roll that out, and then we have the inside of the card done. So now for the outside, we are going to, alright, so this is what I wanted to show you, and I think this time I'm going to save the stickers for last. So okay, so this is the tassel that I made, and I just hot glued a piece of this really thin gold ribbon around it on the back, and since it's a card, it's not going to really matter. You know, they may just decide to throw it out after the new year, but that is okay. So alright, so that's the tassel that I made, and that's going to hang here on the front, and I think it's right here. So I'm going to just put a little dot right there. That's where I'm going to put the star. Okay, so you'll see on this one that this particular dragon doesn't have the horns, and that is because the mat that I have for my brother's Scan and Cut, it's brand new, and I could not get the paper off of it. It was super, super, super sticky. So I worked, you know, took my time scraping, and actually couldn't get all of the paper off on this one. But it's cool. I mean, it's still a dragon. It looks cool, whatever. It just doesn't, the other one doesn't have the horns, but if I didn't mention that, you probably wouldn't even notice. Alright, so what I wanted to show you was I have a Xyron machine, and I have two. I have the smaller Xyron, which I used for these particular pieces. The red pieces is what I ran through to give it that sticky backside. And then I have the larger Xyron, which is the Creative Station Light, and that's the one that I used for the dragon. So I ran the dragon through Sorry about that. I run the dragon through that, and then what I do is I hate getting those little glue things, and especially when you're using when you have gold paper that you're working with, it's really hard to get that clean looking. So what I do is I just kind of rub this around, and then I will take, if it's a small piece like these, I just took my I don't even know what this is called. I've had this forever. But I will just go around the edges. I'll go around the inside, the really intricate parts. I'll just take my stylus and go like that, because if the glue doesn't adhere to the sheet underneath, it'll be stuck in there, and it'll look really gross on your gold piece. So anyway, so I thought I would save the dragon to show you. Alright, that piece, and then hopefully, yep, I think on this one we got most of the glue goo out of all the pieces, which is cool because I didn't do that on the other one. Alright, so I'm just going to carefully remove this because I don't want to rip any part of the dragon. And that's the hard part with these iron things, is once you get, if you have something really intricate like this, you just got to be really careful not to rip it when you're pulling it off. Making sure that all the pieces come off. And what I did was, so on all of these pieces, when I scaled them on my brother's Scan and Cut, because of the fact that I scaled the card down to 95% of the original size, I went ahead and scaled all the other pieces down so that they were cohesive and they will fit on here like they're supposed to. Alright, so here we go. This is the hard part. You want to line this up really well. So it's kind of starting at the feet, and that's the Xyron tape is really sticky, so I'm just gonna go around. Make sure that it's right on the edge. There's the tail. Okay. And then we're going to do the head part. This is the tricky part, is getting all of the pointy parts lined up correctly without getting my head in the video. Alright. Okay, so there is our dragon. I'm just gonna smush it with the roller, make sure it's really adhered well. And my brother's Scan and Cut doesn't really like the paper, the double-sided paper that I used. So I just kind of go around and just make sure that all the pointy parts are smoothed out and attached to the gold. Just like that. Alright, so there's our dragon. So now we're going to put this in the center. This. And the other one fit perfectly because I didn't have the horns on there, but that's cool. We can still work with this one. Alright, so what we're going to do is I'm going to put the dragon on first. I'm going to use art glitter glue for this part, and I'm just going to start carefully putting glue anywhere, making sure to get the points. My husband loved this card because he's partial to dragons. He loves dragons, so he really liked the other card that I made. And with the art glitter glue, you kind of have to work fast because it dries super fast, and especially when it's cold. It dries, I think it dries even faster. Alright, so we're going to line that up again. I just want to make sure that I'm not covering any part of the cutout design on the back. Alright, there we go. I'm just gonna roll over that. I don't know why, but I am addicted to rolling because I feel like it really helps it adhere than trying to press it down. Alright, so there's that. And then we're going to put the little lotus flower over here on the side. And this is what I was talking about. But, you know, I have that on there and it's going to be glued down, so I wasn't really worried about. But, man, that sticky pad on the new cutting pad really did not want to let go of this paper. Alright, so put that there. Just like that. And this piece here is going to go right here. And when you're working with shiny paper like silver and gold, it's so easy to scratch it, and it's you know, when you have glue from the Xyron machine, you really want to make sure that that glue is off of whatever you're going to be gluing down. So, because man, everything sticks to the metallic colors. Alright, so there's that. Just there's the other card. So just quickly show you. Here's this card. This one doesn't have the horns, and this one does. So, but it's okay. They're each unique. All right. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna break out the crocodile or rare memories keepers. What do they call this thing? I don't know what it's called. But we want to make sure that we have the top notch thing on the larger setting, and then I think I'm gonna put we'll do that one, and then I'm going to use this side with the bigger hole since we're going to be using the star eyelet. So I'm going to put that just like that, line that up. Oh, what is that? I think the last time I used this it was acetate, so it's kind of stuck in there. I need to be able to see in the hole to make sure I line it up correctly. So, alright, there we go. Okay, so we're going to line the hole up, center where we punch it. I hate these things. I think I still have some. Okay, so now I'm going to put the star here. Kind of just like that. I'm going to take my crocodile. Don't want it to. Why is it doing that? just like that. Yep, that'll work. Put that away, and then I'm going to take this, and I want to make sure that the secured back part is of the thing is in the back, so just like that, and I'm going to pull it through. And this is one of the reasons why I like working with SVG files too, because you can do things like this. You can make up your own stuff. So, alright, so this one's a little bit longer than the other one, but that's okay. If they decide to hang it on their wall, it'll be perfect. Alright, so now I'm going to take my gold stickles. Oh, I need to get some gems. So I'm just using some gems that I got at Michael's. That's weird. For Valentine's Day. Now on this one, because I have horns on it, I'm probably not going to be able to do the larger ones like I did on the other ones. So place it there. I'll do one there, and then, is that a red one? Yep. I'll do one there. Okay, that'll work. So I'll just take my art glitter glue. Press that down. Alright, so those are, we got the gems down, because you know everything needs bling, or at least in my thought process, everything has to have bling. So that's that, and then what I did was I took the gold stickles and I put drops around the edges, and then I'll let this dry for a couple hours. It's usually dry in about 2 hours fully. So, and this is the gold stickles. I love this stuff. I love stickles. I'm not a big fan of the Nuvo drops with the glitter in it. I haven't had a lot of luck with those. So they just don't, I don't know. They don't do really well for drops. The other Nuvo drops I love, but the ones with the glitter not so much, so I just resort back to my stickles. And then I'll just make like 6x6 envelopes, just regular envelopes, because I'm going to mail these. But I do really like how these cards turned out. I think they're so cool. Alright, and then I think I put one here. Yep. Little drop for the eye. Alright, so that is my one of my ASC Design Team projects for February. So we've got this one, which I'm going to let dry. I don't want to touch it because I'm kind of not lucky that way. And I always smush the drops before they're dry. But this one I did let dry the right amount of time. So I really like how these turned out. So like again, this one is a little bit longer, but it's okay. If they hang it up or whatever on the wall, it's fine. So anyway, and then this one I might take out and redo it so that the back doesn't go to the front. But anyway, so this is the tassel loom that I used from We Are Memory Keepers, and I used the 2-inch part here. So kind of confusing, but it's supposed to be you use yarn with it, but I used embroidery floss. So, and it was fine. It was a little bit different than using yarn, but I just watched a few videos and then learned how to use it. So anyway, so that is my tutorial, one of my tutorials, and there's the wishing you great happiness and prosperity in 2020. You know, keep saying prayers for all the people in Wuhan, China, or, you know, all over the world because it's spreading. So just say a prayer for those people and keep them in your thoughts and wish them good luck, you know, much good luck right now because they need it. And thank you for stopping by and hanging out with me and watching my tutorial. I appreciate it. If you could hit that like button, that would be amazing. Awesome. Also, if you can subscribe to my channel, then you'll know when I upload new videos by hitting that little bell icon to the right. You'll get an email notification that lets you know that I upload a new video. So I'll have one more video for Design Team this month, and then I'll have a blog post. But I am doing more Valentine's Day projects, so it'll be, you know, look for those too, because I think I'm going to do another project with the Oriental Garden paper. I have an idea, and that'll be one of my big videos. That'll might be a 2-part series. I'm not sure yet. And then I'm going to do probably a Valentine's Day project with the other paper that I got. So anyway, so stay tuned. Have a blessed rest of the weekend. I hope everyone's doing well, and thanks for stopping by. I'll talk to you guys later.